transitioning, with the goal of hopefully spreading some useful tips and maybe help someone else's journey a little bit easier in the future. So before we get into some of my experiences and insights, let me briefly explain some of the common trans talk lingo. So what is transgender? Transgender is someone who identifies as a different gender to the one they were assigned at birth. They may or may not transition socially and or medically. Cisgender, that's someone who identifies with the same gender they were assigned at birth. Gender dysphoria, that's the emotional or mental conflict you can experience while transitioning. And it just usually involves being uncomfortable in your body, so much so that it can bring depression with it. And then there's gender euphoria, which is the better one, which is generally feeling at peace with yourself, more comfortable in your body, and just so much more confident. Let's jump in. Okay, so I'll start with some negative findings from my experiences and then talking to others in the community. It can take a long time to figure out that you're trans, like myself. You can and probably will feel a sense of self-doubt while transitioning. Not everyone does, but many feel a strong sense of gender dysphoria, as I explained before, and that can vary in frequency. You will spend time agonising over the bathroom use, unfortunately, and avoiding awkward interactions in each one. Too often you will lose friends and family, and unfortunately for some, this means they've become instantly homeless. You'll be misgendered many times, either on purpose or by accident, and this can bring dysphoria too easily for some. So this is just when someone uses like the wrong pronouns, even something as simple as that can onset dysphoria. And I also find that some people just can't stop staring in public. Like, I sometimes have the urge to just make it a contest. As a trans person, you also have a pretty ordinary reputation in most media and social platforms. So I've put some up today that are in this month, which is quite sad. Yeah, I'll let you read those. Everyone seems to have their own opinion on whether, what bathroom we should use, whether we can participate in sports or join the military. Maybe you're a danger to children, like those gender whisperers, thanks to our PM. And even if you've got the right to exist or be accepted as who you are. So there are actually places in the world where you won't be seen as transgender unless you make permanent changes to your body, which actually renders you unable to have kids. And this all sucks, but the truly biggest issue is simply the lack of education in this area. So this causes many young people especially to not understand their feelings in the beginning and not know that they are trans for a very long time. I would use the term diagnosed, but thankfully last year the World Health Organization stated that transgender is no longer a mental illness, which was quite a win for us.